The Egyptian Heaven and Hell by E. A. Wallis Budge. Volume 3 is the contents of the books of the other world described and compared. Chapter 4 is the book Am-Tuat and the Book of Gates. The same may be said of numbers of the entities who in very early times were believed to possess a nature which closely resembled that of men and women, and to be in danger of extermination in the Tuat. Of the entities, the only one about whose successful passage of the Tuat there was no doubt was Ra, or according to the priests of Yemen, Ra, for he rose each morning in the east, and it was manifest to all that he had overcome whatsoever dangers had threatened him in the Tuat during the past night. This being so, it became the object of every man to obtain permission to travel in the boat of Ra through the Tuat, for those who were followers of Yasir could disembark when it arrived at his kingdom. And those who wished to remain with Ra forever could remain in it with him. To each class of believer, a guide to the Tuat was necessary, for up to a certain place in that region both the followers of Yasir and the followers of Ra required information about the divisions of the Tuat, and knowledge of the names of the halls and gates, and of the beings who guarded them, and who were all-powerful in the land of darkness. For the worshippers of Yemen, or Yemen Ra, the book Am-Tuat was prepared, whilst the followers of Yasir pinned their faith to the Book of Gates. From each of these books we find that the sun entity, Yef I presume, was not able to pass through the Tuat by virtue of the powers which he possessed as the great entity of the world, but only through his knowledge of the proper words of power and of magical names and formula, for the utterances of which every denizen of the Tuat was powerless. Yasir, Osiris. I'm going to pause there for a second and remind you, see, it's not just our knowledge or power or presence that gets us through the spiritual realms. It's permission of entities greater than ourselves, or God even. Yasir had, of course, passed through the Tuat and seated himself on his throne in the house of Yasir, but even he would have been unable to perform his journey in safety through the Tuat without the help of the words of power which Hre, Horus, the son of Isis, the son of Yasir, had uttered, and the magical ceremonies which he had performed, words and ceremonies alike, he learned from Ast, who, according to a later tradition, obtained the knowledge of them from Thoth, Gahote, the divine intelligence. Now, if Yasir and Ra had no need of such magical assistance in their passage, need of such magical assistance in their passage through the Tuat, how much greater must have been the need of mankind. The Tuat was, according to the authors of the funeral works of the 18th and 19th dynasties, divided into 12 portions, some of which are called Suksat, i.e. the field, others Nut, or Nixte, i.e. the city, Arit, i.e. the hall, and others Qarat, i.e. circle. The first indicates the region to which it was applied was believed to consist of cultivated lands. The second suggests a place where there were many buildings and houses. The third, a territory which was vast and spacious, and which, in some respects, represented an empty courtyard or hall or compound of a house, and the fourth probably describes the circular form of some divisions. Now, since the Duat was traversed by the sun entity during the hours of the night, the Egyptians regarded each of these divisions as equivalent of an hour, and hence it came that the sections of the books of the Duat were often called hours, the first hour corresponding to the first division, and so on up to the 12th hour. It will, however, be urged that during the summer in Egypt the night is not 12 hours long, but the answer to this objection is that the first division is in reality only the antechamber of the Duat, and the 12th the antechamber of the sky of this world, into which the sun entity enters to begin the new day. The divisions 2 through 11 of the Duat have an entirely different character from the antechamber of the Duat and that of the sky. It has already been said that a river flows from one end of the Duat to the other, and its existence can be explained in one way. At a very early period of their history, the Egyptians believed that the sun entity passed over the sky, to which they held to be a vast watery mass in some kind of boat. The belief in the existence of such a boat was absolutely necessary, for unless the fire of the sun was protected from the contact with the water of the sky, it would, they argued, be extinguished. So far back as the period when the pyramids of Giza were built, the existence of two boats was assumed. In one, called Am-Tuat, the sun entity sailed from the time he rose until noon, and in the other, called Am-Tuat, he sailed from noon to sunset. When the conception of the existence of the Duat was evolved, and the belief that the sun entity passed through it each night gained credence, it became necessary to find some means of transport for this entity. It was impossible to remove him from his boat, which was, like himself, eternal, hence its name, boat of millions of years. And even if it had been possible, the difficulty remained either of taking his boat back from the place of sunset to the place of sunrise, so that it might be ready for him on the following morning when he emerged from the Duat, or from providing him with a new boat each day. The simplest way was to assume in the Duat the existence of a river, which was in direct communications with the watery mass of the sky on which Ra sailed by day, and to make the sun entity to enter the Duat on it. This was the natural way out of the difficulty, for apart from the fact that no other means of transport for the entity could be devised, it was consistent with experience that kings and nobles and high officials always traveled through Egypt by water. No animal and no chariot could convey the entity through the Duat, for even had animals or chariots suitable for the purpose existed, they must have been consumed by the entity's fire. We shall see later that there was one division of the Duat through which the sun entity could not pass, even in his boat, and that he was obliged to leave it and travel on the back of a serpent. From the titles of the book Am-Tuat, as it is found in the tomb of Seti I, we may gather that the pictures accompanying the text were supposed to exact copies of the divisions of the Duat as they actually existed in Am-Tuat, i.e. the hidden place, or the other world, and the texts were supposed to give the traveler in the Duat all the information he could possibly require concerning the souls, the entities, the shadows, the spirits, demons of the Duat, the gates of the Duat, the hours and their entities, and the entities who praise Ra, and those who carry out his edicts of destruction. The divisions of the Duat, according to this work, are, and I'm going to show you. Wait, how much of that did I And let me flip to the next page to show you of that. And I'm going to try to read these, obviously. And, okay, so let's flip back here. The Division 1, the name, the Mate, and Nut, Ra, Re. And the warder is Yern, Pew, Eh. And our demoness is Wishma, Hot, Tu, Kasfut, U, Nue, Raya. In the second division, we have Runs is the name, and the warder is Yi, Mum, Numbe, Ye, U. And our demoness, Seshut, Mocked, Nibus, Dwara. And the third division, we have Nut, Nub, Wa, Xper, Rout, U, and the warder, Xiter, Eh. And our demoness, Dunt, Bayou. And the fourth division, we have Onks, Nuxet, Xper, Ru. And the name of the gate of the circle, Yemenit, Slitch, U. Sue, and our demoness, Wurut, Mus, Suxum, U, S. And the fifth division, we have Yemenit, and the name of the gate of the circle, Aha, Nutrooper, and our demoness, Suxumt, Her, Yibut, Uyas. And sixth division, we have Mudjut, Nabut, Dwatper, and the name of the gate of the city, we have Sipud, Metu, and our demoness is Masiparit, Urat, Maat, U, Dwa. And the seventh division, we have Papa Pershtat. And the name of the gate of the city, we have Rutin Yasir. You know, so it's related to Osiris. The hour demoness, we have Suxaft Hugh Hasakt 1 Hre Dwa. And the 8th division, we have Deba At Natrus Per. And the gate of the city, the name of the gate is Aha Yin Wr Denuf Per. And the hour demoness is Nabat Ush Ah Dwa. And the 9th division, the name is Bust. Okay, Bust. Best is that one, not the Bust. Yuru. Angst. Naksat. Thper. Ru. And the name of the gate, Sasa Gub. Okay, so maybe there's not an N. Maybe there's instead of the ow, we have a variation could be Sasagum. Okay. And the hour demoness, Dwatet, Maktet, Nendb, Sadwara. And the 10th division, we have Mudat, Ja. U Trabooper. And the name of the gate, we have Axurpu Mus Siaru. And our demoness in this 10th division is Dun Eat U Tus Zavukhat Ak Yub Dwara. And the 11th division, we have Rien Krt Per Yiput Khatu. And the name of the gate, Suxan Dwatiepur U. And the hour demoness, we have Speet Dwaranambut Uya Duf Pertuf Sub Ya Mer Perut Dwara. And the 12th division, we have Per Kekeu Ya Kau Musset. Okay, and the name of the gate Shun Churu, and the hour demon is Mayura Neferte U Raya Dwara. And the divisions of the Duat, according to the Book of the Gates, is usually marked by gates which are guarded by serpents, and they are usually as follows. And the division 1 here, we have the name of the guardian entities, Set and Tat. The name of the regions, Sut, Yaman, Natat, so the western vestibule. And the second division, we have the name of the serpent, Sasasut. And the third division, the name of the serpent is Akabi. And the name of the gate is Sapadad Wow. Sapadad Wow. That's an interesting one to chant, wouldn't it be? The fourth division, the name of the serpent is Jidbi, and the name of the gate is Nebat Sudjif. And in the fifth division, the name of the serpent is Takahre, and the name of the gate is Yayurit. And the sixth division, at the entrance of this division, is the judgment hall of Yasur, and the name of the serpent is Sut Mayur Tief, and the name of the gate is Nibat Aha Ra Y. And the seventh division, we have the name of the serpent as Achin Yurte, and the name of the gate is Pasadit. And the eighth division, the name of the serpent is Sut Hre, and the name of the gate is Bux Xi Per. And the 11th division, the name of the serpent is Abtaya, and the name of the gate is Ata Shuf Tu. And the 10th division, we have the name of the serpent Sutchu, and the name of the gate Jisrit Per. And the 11th division, the name of the serpent is Yemen. Sorry. And the name of the gate is Shatayat Bus U. And in the 11th division, the name of the serpent is Dwai, or Spy, and Rari. And the name of the gate is Jasert Ba'u.